I was like, man, I want to be the champ. Like that's the only reason I'm here.
To the sport.
Like I'm quite young and I'm still learning, and there's so much more that I've got left to come.
Step into the electrifying world of Dan Hooker, the Hangman, who's redefined toughness in the UFC. From explosive knockouts to heart-stopping battles in the Octagon, Hooker's relentless journey is a tale of resilience, grit, and unyielding passion. Witness how a young fighter from New Zealand transformed into one of the most thrilling athletes in UFC history, facing down challenges, silencing doubters, and delivering moments fans will never forget. Whether it's a brutal knee strike or a comeback from the brink, Hooker's story is packed with adrenaline and inspiration. Get ready to relive the career of a fighter who proves that greatness is earned, one fight at a time. UFC debut in June 2014, a young and determined Dan Hooker stepped into the UFC Octagon for the very first time, marking the beginning of an electrifying journey. At just 24 years old, Hooker faced England's Ian Entwistle, a dangerous submission specialist who was also making his UFC debut. From the outset, the fight showcased the distinct styles of both fighters. Entwistle wasted no time, diving in aggressively to close the distance and attempt to impose his grappling game. However, Hooker remained calm under pressure, using his striking to create space and control the pace of the fight. As the action moved to the ground, Hooker's composure and skill became evident. He effectively defended against Entwistle's attacks, eventually reversing the position to take control. Then, with precision and ferocity, Hooker unleashed a devastating barrage of elbows that overwhelmed his opponent. The referee had no choice but to step in, awarding Hooker a TKO victory in the very first round. This dominant debut set the tone for his UFC career, demonstrating his striking power, resilience, and ability to adapt under pressure. It was the perfect introduction to the Octagon for the Hangman, and an early sign of the thrilling fights he would bring to the lightweight division. Dan Hooker's debut wasn't just a win, it was a statement. It announced his arrival as a fighter to watch, paving the way for the incredible career that was to follow. Early career challenges and triumphs, Dan Hooker's early UFC journey was a roller coaster of challenges and thrilling victories that showcased his resilience and determination.
Oh, no, that's sweet. Yeah, that's US dollars, so that's like $1 million New Zealand peanuts.
His debut in June 2014 saw him face Ian Entwistle, a dangerous submission specialist. Despite the high stakes, Hooker stayed composed and capitalized on Entwistle's aggressive style, delivering a series of brutal elbows that earned him a first-round stoppage. This debut win set the tone for his UFC career, proving that he was a fighter to watch. However, the path was not without obstacles. After his promising start, Hooker faced a tough loss to Maximo Blanco, a seasoned competitor who exposed the gaps in his game. The defeat was a learning experience, pushing him to refine his skills and come back stronger. Hooker's resilience paid off when he rebounded with a spectacular knockout victory over Hatsu Hioki, a former Shudo lightweight champion. In a stunning display of precision and power, Hooker became the first fighter to knock out the Japanese veteran, marking a pivotal moment in his career. This mix of challenges and triumphs early on not only tested Hooker's character, but also laid the groundwork for his evolution as one of the most exciting fighters in the UFC. These formative experiences solidified his reputation as a relentless competitor with a heart that refused to quit. Lightweight debut, Dan Hooker's career reached a turning point when he decided to move up to the lightweight division. After facing mixed results in the featherweight class, Hooker realized that a change in weight could enhance his performance and longevity in the sport. His lightweight debut came in June 2017 at a UFC event where he faced Ross Pearson, a seasoned fighter known for his durability and experience. Pearson, the lightweight winner of The Ultimate Fighter Season 9, posed a formidable challenge for Hooker. The fight began with both competitors showcasing their striking skills. Pearson, with his signature aggressive style, tried to pressure Hooker, closing the distance with heavy punches. However, Hooker maintained his composure, utilizing his reach advantage to keep Pearson at bay. His calculated footwork and precise jabs allowed him to control the pace of the fight and set traps for his opponent. As the bout progressed into the second round, Hooker's timing and strategy began to shine. Sensing an opening, he unleashed a brutal knee strike that landed cleanly on Pearson's face. The impact was devastating, sending Pearson crashing to the canvas. The crowd erupted in astonishment as the referee stepped in to stop the fight, awarding Hooker a spectacular knockout victory. This emphatic win marked a significant milestone in Hooker's career. Not only did it solidify his place in the lightweight division, but it also showcased his potential as a top contender. The knockout, executed in front of a supportive home crowd, became one of the most memorable moments of his journey. Hooker's ability to adapt and evolve as a fighter was now evident, setting the stage for future triumphs. In his new weight class, Hooker found a style that played to his strengths. His lightweight debut wasn't just a win, it was a statement, a message to the division that Dan, the Hangman Hooker, was a force to be reckoned with. This victory would pave the way for many thrilling performances, establishing Hooker as one of the most exciting fighters in the UFC. Rise in the lightweight division. Dan Hooker's rise in the lightweight division was nothing short of electrifying. After facing a series of ups and downs early in his UFC career, Hooker made a pivotal decision to move up to the lightweight division in 2017, a change that would redefine his career trajectory. His debut in this weight class came against the seasoned veteran Ross Pearson at UFC Fight Night 110. Fighting in front of his home crowd in New Zealand, Hooker delivered an unforgettable performance. In the second round, he timed a brutal knee strike with pinpoint precision, sending Pearson crashing to the canvas. The emphatic knockout victory not only showcased his striking prowess,
The true strength to my mentality. I got nothing's like set in stone. Like I can. There's always a bit of give and take. If you've got like all of them. Yeah, like that's you can't control everyone else's perception. If he won it, like let's get it done. He said it's going to be bad for me. I'm gonna take that as a yes. I'm gonna take that as he's game for 5-5. So,
but also set the tone for his future in the division. Building on this momentum, Hooker took on Mark Diakise in December 2017. Known for his flashy and unorthodox striking style, Diakise was a rising star in the lightweight division. However, Hooker's adaptability and calm under pressure proved to be the deciding factors. He secured a victory via guillotine choke in the third round, displaying his well-rounded skill set and cementing himself as a force to be reckoned with. The wins kept coming, and Hooker's next major test came in April 2018 against UFC veteran Jim Miller. Miller, known for his durability and submission skills, was no easy opponent. Hooker, however, rose to the occasion in spectacular fashion. Early in the fight, he landed a devastating knee to Miller's chin, rendering the seasoned fighter unconscious. This first-round knockout not only added another highlight to his growing reel, but also sent a clear message to the division. Dan Hooker was here to stay. Just 3 months later, Hooker faced Gilbert Burns, a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt and dangerous striker. Despite Burns's reputation, Hooker maintained his composure and executed a flawless game plan. He landed a crisp left hook in the first round that sent Burns to the mat, securing yet another knockout victory. By the end of 2018, Hooker had finished his last 4 opponents in breathtaking style, solidifying his position as one of the most exciting fighters in the lightweight division. His ability to adapt to challenges, combined with his relentless drive, earned him a reputation as a fighter capable of competing against the best. With every victory, Hooker continued to climb the ranks, inching closer to title contention while delivering unforgettable moments for fans worldwide. Major setbacks, Dan Hooker's journey in the UFC was never without its fair share of challenges. After a string of spectacular victories that showcased his power and resilience, the Hangman faced moments that tested his limits as both a fighter and a person. Among these challenges was his fight against Edson Barboza in December 2018, a bout that highlighted Hooker's determination but also exposed the brutal reality of competing at the highest level. Barboza, known for his devastating striking and unmatched leg kicks, was a formidable opponent. Hooker entered the fight riding a wave of confidence, having finished 4 consecutive opponents in style. Fans were eager to see if he could handle a top-tier contender like Barboza. The fight began with Hooker showing his signature grit. walking forward relentlessly and attempting to impose his striking game. However, it quickly became evident that Barboza's speed and precision were on another level that night. Barboza unleashed a barrage of kicks and punches that gradually wore Hooker down. Despite the punishment, Hooker refused to back down. His body absorbed blow after blow, yet he pressed forward, displaying the toughness that had earned him a legion of fans. The crowd watched in awe as Hooker endured what many thought was unbearable punishment. By the third round, the damage had accumulated to a breaking point. Barboza landed a series of body shots that left Hooker visibly hurt, leading to the referee stepping in to stop the fight. This loss marked a turning point for Hooker. It was a humbling experience, but it didn't deter him from chasing greatness. Instead, it served as a lesson in resilience. Hooker took time to reflect, rebuild, and refine his approach to fighting. While the setback against Barboza was significant, it underscored the harsh realities of competing in a division filled with world-class talent. For Hooker, every loss became an opportunity to grow stronger, and this was no exception. Comeback wins. Dan Hooker has never been one to shy away from challenges, and his resilience has been a defining trait throughout his UFC career. After suffering a tough loss to Edson Barboza in December 2018, Hooker demonstrated that setbacks are merely setups for comebacks. Determined to prove his place among the division's best, he returned to the Octagon in July 2019 against James Vick, a towering lightweight known for his striking and reach advantage. The stakes were high, as both fighters were coming off losses and eager to reclaim momentum in their careers. Hooker entered the fight with a steely determination and laser focus. As the first round unfolded, Hooker quickly began to find his range, countering Vick's reach with precision and timing. Then came the decisive moment. Hooker closed the distance masterfully, landing a crushing left hook that sent Vick crashing to the canvas. The knockout was emphatic, showcasing Hooker's ability to adapt and deliver under pressure. The victory against Vick wasn't just a comeback, it was a statement. Hooker was back in the spotlight, and his thrilling performance reminded fans why he's considered one of the most exciting fighters in the lightweight division. But his road to redemption didn't end there. In February 2020, Hooker headlined his first UFC event against Paul Felder in a highly anticipated bout. Both fighters displayed immense heart, trading strikes in a 5-round war that left the crowd in awe. Hooker's range management and striking accuracy gave him a slight edge, earning him a razor-thin split decision victory. This triumph in front of his home crowd in New Zealand solidified his position as a top contender and demonstrated his relentless spirit. Through these comeback wins, Dan Hooker not only rebuilt his career but also captured the hearts of fans with his never-give-up attitude. Whether delivering a knockout or enduring a grueling battle, Hooker proved that comebacks aren't just about victories. They're about resilience, perseverance, and the drive to keep moving forward. Dan Hooker's recent fights, showcase his resilience and determination to remain one of the top contenders in the UFC lightweight division. Despite facing setbacks, the Hangman has proven time and time again that he thrives under pressure. In November 2022, Hooker faced rising prospect Claudio Puelles at UFC 281. Coming off a tough loss to Dustin Poirier and later Michael Chandler, Hooker knew he needed a decisive win to reignite his career. Puelles, known for his dangerous leg lock submissions, attempted multiple times to trap Hooker on the ground. However, Hooker displayed excellent defense, neutralizing Puelles' grappling threats. He methodically kept the fight on the feet, where his striking advantage shone through. Midway into the second round, Hooker delivered a sharp front kick to Puelles' body, dropping him to the canvas and sealing the fight with a TKO victory. This win was a critical moment, demonstrating that Hooker still had the skills and drive to compete with the best. In August 2024, Hooker took on the highly skilled wrestler Mateusz Gamrot. A year earlier, Hooker had won a thrilling split decision victory over Jalen Turner, proving his ability to hang with younger, dangerous opponents. Against Gamrot, the fight was a showcase of grit and strategy. Gamrot relied heavily on his wrestling, attempting takedowns throughout the bout. But Hooker's takedown defense had significantly improved. Hooker stayed active, landing precise strikes while maintaining his range. As the fight progressed, Hooker grew more confident, unleashing clean combinations and hard counters that visibly shook Gamrot. In a close contest that went the distance, Hooker was declared the winner by split decision. These recent fights not only highlight Dan Hooker's technical improvements, but also reaffirm his position as one of the most exciting fighters in the lightweight division.
Convinced, like if they're just doing this to kind of construct some like a mentality in him that he's like this.
Whether through powerful knockouts or hard-fought decisions, Hooker continues to captivate fans with his unwavering spirit and dynamic performances inside the Octagon. Dan Hooker's journey in the UFC has been nothing short of electrifying, filled with unforgettable moments and relentless determination. Whether it's devastating knockouts or grueling wars, he continues to inspire fans worldwide. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more epic stories. Until next time, keep the passion alive.